Hello everybody and welcome back to the Freakazoid's Den. Here we go, another What If episode, another week. We have episode 6, I believe, and overall, it was pretty good. I think it was, I'm trying to run through all the episodes in my head. At this point, there's 6, there's kind of a lot. This one, I'm trying to think if it's the worst one. No. Although, I can't really think of anything that might be better than this. I don't know. So, I would say this is, like, right in the middle. I think it runs along the same lines with, like, the zombie episode, the murder mystery episode, and I think that was really about it, huh? Yeah. It's kind of like those 3 episodes were just kind of meh overall, I'd say. And this one kind of falls under that as well, I think. It definitely wasn't bad, but it was whatever, and there could maybe be a potential part 2 to this episode as well. And I'm starting to kind of notice how a lot of these universes just that there could be more parts to them. You know what I mean? Like, for example, the zombies, definitely I think there'll be a part 2. And this episode is another example. I think there could be a part 2. The Captain Carter thing, there's probably going to be a part 2. I wouldn't be surprised. The only one that I really think kind of ended would be the Doctor Strange one. But judging by that new season 1 mid-season trailer for What If, it seems like evil Doctor Strange might return. So, yeah, overall, that's my general thoughts on this whole show so far. But we'll get into the episode breakdown now. We have episode 6, What If Kilmonger Rescued Tony Stark? So we kick off with our Iron Man 1 kind of opening scene where Tony's in the military vehicle. He's taking pictures and everything. And then a bomb drops near him and Kilmonger saves him. He throws it out of the way of Tony, as we saw from the trailer. And then we have the Watcher kind of going through Iron Man's, story, I guess, and talking about how Tony Stark never really became Iron Man in this universe, and he's answering, and Tony is answering these questions, or questions at a wow, I always forget what these are, press meeting, I guess, I don't know what it is, anyways. He's talking to a bunch of people, he's talking to a bunch of reporters and everything, and Kilmonger is the new chief security officer, and he may have had advanced knowledge of Tony's attack, we learn, and he admits it, he did know. But he also knows that Obadiah Stane was the person who made plans to try and kill Tony. And Kilmonger dropped all of Obadiah Stane's files on the internet, and Hogan then knocks out Obadiah Stane. So basically the entire plot of Iron Man 1 was wrapped up in a few quick minutes, so. We have Tony and Kilmonger are drinking at a Stark party, and Tony wants Kilmonger to become the new CEO after kicking out Obadiah Stane. Cheers to Killer, which was a very interesting thing to cheers to. And Pepper Potts talks with Colonel Rhodes about who Kilmonger is, because she's very suspicious. Kilmonger is a part of an assassination ghost squad, we learn, which I think we already knew from Black Panther. And Tony shows Kilmonger his basement, where the Iron Man suits would have been made, but obviously that didn't happen. Kilmonger has a plan to build robot soldiers called Liberators. So instead of Iron Man, they're Liberators. And a montage of them building the Liberators begins. The Liberator Drone Mark I test begins, test 1 fails, and they need a new power source. And I picked out this great quote from Tony Stark where he says, "What if we can miniaturize an arc reactor?" And he goes, "No, that's just a dumb idea." So, of course, nodding to Iron Man in the other universes, minus this one, it seems. Unless there's another universe where he doesn't become Iron Man either, which it probably is. Kilmonger mentions vibranium, and he has a vibranium necklace, or a ring on a necklace. So Tony talks about working with Ulysses Claw. Pepper Potts and Kilmonger disagree. Tony decides that he'll send General Rhodes out there to go take a look. General Rhodes and Claw have a discussion. Claw has a Dora Milaje spear and shows Rhodes the vibranium. And the power goes down. Black Panther attacks Claw's boat, or, base of operations, which we saw in Avengers Age of Ultron. Black Panther wants to take the vibranium back to Wakanda, and Kilmonger kind of comes out of the darkness and fires a sonic taser. Kilmonger kills Black Panther and Rhodes, which was very dark. And then Claw and Killmonger, we learn, are working together, just like they did in Black Panther. The Dora Milaje have a funeral for T'Challa, and in the America, U.S., whatever, has a funeral for Rhodes. Jarvis saw Killmonger kill Rhodes and T'Challa, and Tony uses his own, Killmonger's own Liberator drone to fight him and to hopefully kill him. So Killmonger versus the Liberator, which was a very cool thing to see. Killmonger defeats it because the Liberator uses the exact same moves that he used, because that's how they kind of programmed it. And Killmonger defeats it using the Dora Milaje spear. Killmonger then kills Tony. A lot of Killmonger killing, and then Jarvis was wiped clean. Pepper Potts is suspicious of Killmonger, and the military is now able to take over Stark Industries. They produce Liberators to go at war with Wakanda, and then Killmonger meets with Claw again. Claw shows Killmonger where Wakanda is. Killmonger shoots Claw, and then we have a very similar Black Panther scene to where Killmonger brings Claw's body into Wakanda. Killmonger now pledges loyalty to Wakanda. T'Chaka welcomes Killmonger home, and then we have Killmonger kind of talking about the Liberators and what the U.S. or America is going to do. So then we have Wakanda ready up for the war against the Liberators, and Wakandan shields open then close to bring in a small group of them in to shut them down. So Liberator drones, like I just said, shut down just as planned, but Killmonger uses his Stark technology to wake the drones back up, unbeknownst to the rest of Wakanda. Then we have this really cool war scene where Wakanda fights these Liberator drones, and Killmonger joins the fight. Wakanda wins. Then Killmonger watches the sunset on the mountain, just like they talked about, and Killmonger then becomes Black Panther, goes to the spirit realm, I forgot what it was called, and actually meets with T'Challa, which is very interesting. Then we go back to kind of like the U.S. side, and Pepper Potts meets with Shuri, who just ends up being in her office somehow, and Shuri then figures out everything about Killmonger. Then we kind of end the episode with Shuri and Pepper Potts agreeing to work together to hopefully take down Killmonger. So yeah, this one kind of went by pretty quickly. That one was pretty much it. I mean, it's basically, like I said, overall, pretty meh episode, I'd say. I still think that What If Doctor Strange Lost His Heart Instead of His Hands was the better episode, the best episode of the season so far. But once again, judging by that What If Season 1 mid-season trailer, I think that there could be a lot of cool stuff to come in soon. But other than that, I'm going to cut it off here. Thank you, everybody, for watching to the common YouTube stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you when I post the next video in the future. See you guys.